So here we're asked to compare these two quantities, and the key thing in these types of problems is look to see if you can manipulate or rewrite these expressions. So you'll notice that I can divide each term by x, so this is equivalent to 1 plus 1 over x, because you're going to divide it by x. And we're going to do the same thing for this expression, which is identical. And so it's really about just comparing these two terms. So you can either argue logically, that is, if you're told that x is larger than y, then we know that 1 over x would be less than 1 over y. And this piece is the same, the 1. And that means quantity b would be greater, and that's the answer. Now, you could certainly do other operations like moving terms around. For example, you could subtract 1 from both sides, so your new quantities become 1 over x, 1 over y. We note that both of them are positive, so we can actually do this cross multiplication. So quantity a becomes y, quantity b becomes x. Remember that the actual quantities here are different, but their relative values or comparison is the important part. And now that we know x is greater than y, again, that tells me the answer is B. So you can choose to either manipulate in these ways that I did, which are common on the GRE. You can certainly plug in values. I mean, that would be another approach. You can pick values. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. I'm sure a lot of students are going to do that. And then that's 3 over 2, whereas this is 2 over 1, which is clearly greater. But then the key thing is you have to make sure that that's true for all values of x and y. So you have to try different values. I would recommend doing some fractions as well. You could do half, a third. So just make sure that when you're testing values that you check the fractions between 0 and 1 and then numbers beyond 1. If these were also allowed to be negative, I would also look at between 0 and minus 1 and then also negative numbers that are less than minus 1. So these are all the different ways you could approach this problem, but to recap, the answer is B.